Hello and welcome, I'm Micah, the cosplayer seamstress. Today we're going to be making the skirt for the Wendy's logo cosplay. But before that, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. The materials I will need for this are the bodice with the sleeves from last week, the blue thread, the blue calico cotton fabric, the zipper, the patterns with instructions, scissors, both fabric and paper, a handheld needle, and the sewing machine. If you would like to see where I got the thread, fabric, zipper, and patterns, check out the Wendy's Patterns and Plans video on my channel. The first step is to figure out which pattern pieces I need. I will reference the pattern to figure this out. For the skirt, I will be using the Wizard of Oz pattern and I will need piece 13. I will cut this out using the paper scissors. Remember to never cut paper with fabric scissors. After I cut the pattern paper, I will use those pieces to cut the fabric. You can use the cutting layouts provided in the pattern, or you can make your own layout as long as you follow the instructions on the pattern paper. For example, if you need to cut something on a fold, you need to remember to cut that on the fold, or if you need to cut two, make sure you cut two. I will be creating my own layout as I tend to run out of fabric if I don't. Even though I did that, I did end up not having enough fabric, so I will make the skirt a little shorter than I originally planned. I also have to remember to cut my notches here as well. Next, I will set up the machine. If you are not sure how to make a bobbin match your thread or how to thread a machine or bobbin, check out my sewing machine walkthrough video. I will be using mainly blue thread for this project as it will match the blue part of the calico fabric best. Remember to try to match your thread to the fabric as best you can. Now I begin following the directions. Please note that I will not always follow the instructions, and that is okay. To start, I will sew the skirt pieces together on the sides. This is step 20. I forgot to film this part as I thought I needed to sew all three pieces together here instead of just the side pieces. Then I will skip to step 23 as I am not including the band. I will start by sewing the back seam up to the notch. Then I will add the gather stitches, first at the seam line. Then I will add the second row of stitches at a 1/4 inch away from the first line of stitches. Next, I will be doing step 24 from the Wizard of Oz pattern and step 11 from the Pilgrim pattern. First, I will pin the skirt to the bodice matching all of the notches, dots, seams, and then pull on the gather stitches to make it fit. I will try to make the gathers as evenly distributed as possible. It wasn't quite what I wanted. Then I will base stitch this in place by hand. After that, I will sew this in place on the machine. Then I will press the seam up towards the bodice. Now I will begin applying the zipper, which is step 25 on the Wizard of Oz pattern and step 12 on the Pilgrim pattern. To start, I will press under 5/8 inch on the open edges, being careful of the collar. Then I will pin the zipper in place, putting the top of the zipper at the base of the collar. Next, I will base stitch the zipper in place by hand. After that, I will sew this on the machine using a zipper presser foot. Next, I will skip to step 31 on the Wizard of Oz pattern and to step 19 on the Pilgrim pattern. This is sewing the hook and eye closures on the collar. This will need to be done by hand. Finally, I will be skipping to step 33 of the Wizard of Oz pattern and back to step 10 on the Pilgrim pattern. I'll mark the length of the hem and trim it to 2.5 inches away from that marking. I did this off camera. Then I will press the raw edge in 1/2 inch. After that, I will sew this in place as close to the pressed edge as possible on the machine. Congratulations, you have the completed dress. Here's what it looks like on me. If you would like to see how I made the bodice and sleeves, check out the video from last week. If you would like to see how I make the accessories, come back next week. Now that you have the completed dress, you are ready for the accessories. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next project.